Hi RPLUS, I'm Beau Thistle and it is my pleasure to meet all of you guys. I had the pleasure of working with Molly and Gretchen to create an incredible one-of-a-kind project. Can't wait to explain my thought process behind all of these and the requests. So let's get started. We all have to say thank you so much to Gretchen and Miley because without them, this entire project would not have come to life. They put in so much time and effort into gathering everyone's shoe sizes, sharing their stories with me, and making sure that each pair felt genuinely personal and meaningful. And I don't think they even ordered a pair for themselves. So everyone, please give Gretchen and Miley a major thank you. Now let's get into the artwork. This process began about 3 months ago on a call where they walked me through each story and how each person would wear their shoes. From there, I designed an individual mock-up for each, and each pair took roughly about 10 to 12 hours to create by hand. First up, we got Matthew, the king of hydro. The main direction I received for these was simple: water-themed shoes for the king of hydro. Beyond that, I had complete creative freedom. I will admit I got a little nervous when the girls started explaining the two reservoirs at different elevations, 2,000 feet apart, where one drains, one fills the other. I thought they were about to make me fit some serious hydro science into a pair of shoes. Thankfully, we settled on water vibes. Next up, we have Mr. Bossman himself, Luigi. I heard you're the dad and the CEO of the company, and that one of the most important moments in the company's story happened in an organic apple orchard in California. You've been working incredibly hard to get the company off the ground, then sitting in that orchard, you found clarity in your vision and secured your very first investors. It almost felt like a sign. So, naturally, I painted you sitting on a California apple orchard eating an apple. Also included the words clarity of vision on an actual sign, because if something was clearly a sign, it just feels right to put it on one. Yellow accents on the back of the shoe to incorporate the yellow, blue, and green of your company's brand colors, green being in the trees, blue being on the Nike swoosh, and yellow being in the back. All right, Tim, you're up next. I heard you're the director of construction. You're incredibly competitive, you have a great big personality, and you live by one very important quote. That is, if you're not first, you're last. You know what? I like your style. I wanted your shoes to feel rugged and slightly worn in while still being clean, classy, and elevated. So I added a vintage effect to the entire shoe. I created a cracked concrete effect to capture that director of construction energy and give the shoes some extra grit and texture. Of course, every pair includes the RPLUS logo on the back, but the rest of the design is all about you. I was also told that the Sasquatch was non-negotiable, and apparently the glasses and the construction hat were especially important. So Sasquatch received some prime real estate on the shoes alongside of your quote. Next up, we got Spencer. Spencer, I heard you're the director of operations, an incredible athlete and a former mountain bike racer, and someone who spends as much time outdoors as possible. You live in Washington, played an important role in wind development, and you're also known as the king of analogies. One of the most meaningful phrases Molly and Gretchen shared with me was, "It's worth the climb." I wanted your shoes to capture that earthy, rugged feeling. So instead of using a traditional painted sneaker, I chose a leather sneaker and burned directly into it. The artwork includes the mountains, the windmill, your quote, RPLUS logo, and connecting the work you've done professionally with the love of outdoors. I especially love creating the different textures on this pair. They feel completely different from the others, but very representative of who you are. Next, we have Cliff. Cliff, your shoes were especially meaningful to me personally because they were inspired by one of my favorite childhood books, The Giving Tree. The moment I heard your quote, I immediately thought of that story. We live under the shade of the trees we did not plant. To me, that means we may not personally experience every benefit of what we're building today, but future generations will. I think that is such a beautiful and important idea, and it's also something that The Giving Tree helped me understand as a child. I want to pay homage to the simplicity and emotion of the book's original illustrations, including the hand-drawn feeling of its typography, while also incorporating the colors and the details that represent the work you're doing today. This was such a beautiful pair and such a special piece for me to create in a piece of artwork. Last but definitely not least, we have Ryan, also known as Free. I heard you've been through every era of RPLUS. You were the company's third employee. You began as an ASU student who needed an internship. Since then, you've gone from intern to coordinator to manager. Now, somehow, girl dad? You have an entire timeline with this company, so we needed a design that could tell that story clearly. That is when we landed on the evolution of man, or should I say, the evolution of Free. Instead of the traditional timeline of ape to human, your shoes show the progression from ape to ASU frat boy to intern to coordinator to manager to finally girl dad. On the front of the shoe, I incorporated a newspaper-inspired typography print that works your name into the artwork and continues that playful evolution evolution of man concept. This was genuinely one of the most fun designs to bring to life. I truly hope all of you love your shoes. This was such a special project for me, and I'm incredibly grateful that the girls took the time to interpret your stories and bring my own artistic perspective to each pair. I'm a small business owner who creates custom one-of-a-kind artwork on shoes, and over the last decade, I've made over 700 custom pairs. Projects like this are especially meaningful because they celebrate the real people behind the company, not just their titles, but their personalities, their stories, inside jokes, and the things that make them who they are. I'd absolutely love to see photos of you guys wearing or displaying your shoes. I'll give you my information in your box, but thank you again for letting me be a part of this. Hope you enjoy. Bye, guys.